Minute, man. Okay, we're in the house. Hello out there, ladies and gentlemen. This is your boy, Stevie Ray. Back again on a Tuesday night with the world's most dangerous podcast, Straight Shooting with Stevie Ray. And last week we were off, but this week we're back. And hopefully, I'll be joined by my main man, Sonny Ono. I'm not sure. And tonight I'm talking to all the guys out there on Instagram. Yes, I am trying to get my Instagram hooked up with my system. But for some reason, it's not doing it. For some reason, I can't get it to hook up. For some reason, I am still working on it. But I let you guys ride on the train tonight via my phone. Now, when I don't have a guest, that's cool. But when I do have a guest, you have to either go over to Twitch, Stevie Ray TV, YouTube, Stevie Ray TV, or you can also chime in on Facebook, Stevie Ray, if you follow me. Everybody, if you haven't done it yet, become a member, subscribe, give me a thumbs up so we can keep doing this thing. You dig what I'm saying? What's up, Rails? What's up, Dale? But I'm back. Hopefully Sonny Ono will join us, but if he doesn't, we feel as though we have to come out and get a show in at least once a week. Now, anybody out there that wants to call into the show, the phone number to my show is 832-243-4428. I will say it again. The phone number to the show, 832-243-4428. So, we got a lot of things. I guess we got a lot of things to talk about, man. As you guys know, the Olympics has started, and that's exciting. A lot of things are going down with that. Some of the things I don't even understand as far as Olympic basketball is concerned. What's up, Antonio? You know something, guys? I'm going to be honest with you. You know what I wish? I remember the Dream Team in 1992. That was 32 years ago. Believe it or not. Had all the top NBA players on that team. And they just went out there and showed out, man. Now, we're talking about the Olympics as if it actually means something by getting an Olympic medal, of which, in my humble opinion, I don't think some multimillionaire really gives a damn about a gold medal. I think those gold medals should be for people that really want to earn them and they mean something to them. Not that it doesn't mean anything to those guys, but to an NBA player, winning the NBA championship is what you dream about. Not a piece of metal with some gold electroplated on it. And then you sit back and say, I'm an Olympic gold medalist. And then we got to get up in the morning and listen to these talking heads talk about Olympic basketball actually that somebody actually gives a damn about it. Really? I don't think so. I think this is for ratings. And if anything else, what's up, Lawman? Showing American superiority as it pertains to basketball. Now, who was that just said? Somebody just said Olympics are really supposed to be for amateurs. Shouldn't LeBron James be better than a guy from, you know something? Yes. But this is my thing. Whoever just said that, I couldn't see who it was. Like Funk Dr. 80. It was Funk Dr. 80 who just said that. But now you got people pissed off and saying that the Americans should have won by this much. They let this team get in 30 years, the game, the whole world is not a big place anymore. In 30 years, everybody can play basketball now. Look at the last few MVPs in the NBA. They're all from other countries. Rails, what you say? It's all for ratings and money. Fuck yeah, hell yeah. That's what I'm saying. That's what it's about. That's what it's about. They ain't fooling me. Man, if I done paid 8-9 months of basketball, the last thing I want to do is go overseas and play some more basketball. I'm trying to kick it with my wife and my family and things of that nature. Well, I got a question for you guys out there. And like I say, if anybody want to call into the show, 832-243-4428. 832-243-4428. I'm looking at LeBron James, flag barrier. I'm looking at Coco Gauff, flag barrier. What do they both have in common? They're both multi-millionaire basketball player and tennis player. Nothing against them. I love them both. This ain't about an individual out there. What I'm talking about, I'm not talking about people individually. I'm talking about a system. What happens when the Americans get their ass kicked? What happens then? What happens then? When they get their ass drugged? When they can't sell no more T-shirts, memorabilia? Come on, dog. Let's tell it like it is. That's what this is about. NBC ratings. Will somebody tell me? Please, I need somebody to tell me right now. Steve Jones. Now, Steve Jones says black. I really don't know what that means, Steve Jones. What does that mean? The word black. What does that mean? Want the blacks to show allegiance to America. What kind of dumb bullshit, idiotic, imbecilic, fuck-face shit is that? How many medals over the last 50, 60, 70 years would the United States have if it wasn't for black people? Idiotic, imbecilic, man. Let me pull your dumb ass back down here. Hang with me for a second, people. Jim Cornette versus Vince Russo should be happening at. Would you really pay to see that? Would you really pay to see Jim Cornette? Really? Man, what the fuck is wrong with my deal? I can't get my stuff to come back down. Let me go over here. I always won. Markelo. I always was one gun popular trend, but man, LGBT at the Olympics. You know what, Mark? Brother, if you don't agree with something, don't waste your time with it. Don't give your energy to shit that you don't give a shit about. Does that make sense? Cause see, look at me, brother. Do you ever see me come on and complain about bullshit that I can't do nothing about? Do you ever see that? I can't control what other people do. And then I hear people at rallies and stuff like that go, well, they're throwing that in my face. Ain't nobody throwing shit in my face. You know why? Because I ain't got to watch it. If I don't agree with something, I don't like something, I don't fucking watch it. I live in my world. I'm not going to let other people pull me in their world and force feed some bullshit down my throat. Can you dig it? That's called taking control of your life. Energy is very, very important. Energy. How much energy do you have to give to shit that you don't care about? Please explain that to me. Please explain that to me. What has happened to the world where everybody, have anybody noticed? I was just telling a woman that I know that's very, very, got everything going for her. Got money in her pocket, got looks, got this, that, the other. White lady too. And you know what I asked her? Why is it that people with the most complain the fucking loudest? Explain that to me. You ain't got shit to complain about. You got it all. And you bitch the most. Explain that shit to me. Because when people that bitch the most, that's got the most, then the people that ain't got shit, what the hell they got to complain about? Hell, we can't even get our voices heard for all the fucking people that's got every fucking thing. What about that? What's up, Grumman? Grumman just asked me, what did I think about Hulk Hogan at Donald Trump's speech? Do you see Kane or The Rock running for president one day? I don't know, man. You never know. But what I think about Hogan's speech, I enjoyed it. It was very entertaining from a personal sense. But from a political sense, let's be honest, brother. Everybody jump on the bandwagon when they looking to get paid and get their bag, bro. Hulk Hogan ain't no different than nobody else. If he see a dollar, if he sees a dollar out there, and if that means sucking Donald Trump's dick, he gonna do it. Everybody got a little prostitute in them. You dig what I'm saying? He ain't no different. Hulk is a good friend of mine. I got a lot of respect for him. But he's not above licking ass and sucking dicks. Period. Any of them. Amber Rose, it don't matter. Get on the dick train, bro. Get your bag. That'll help me sell. Hey, look at all the memorabilia that Hulk Hogan is selling right now. I mean, not Hulk Hogan, but Donald Trump. Have anybody ever seen a president that has so much merch? If you got a 50 million people that's going to buy your merch, sell it. Anybody ever seen the Alex Jones show and all them vitamins and shit he sell? Yeah, but you look at him and go, damn, why don't he take his own vitamins? I ain't got nothing against Alex Jones. Make your hustle. That's what it's about. America is about making your hustle, bro. So that's what I think about Hulk Hogan. He ain't no different than nobody else. Just like the chick down on the corner giving fellatio for a living. It's a little of that in everybody, bro. Once you get used to a certain lifestyle and you think you can make this jack, they're going to do it. Don't get mad at me for telling it like it is. I tell him that to his fucking face. We all got a little bitch in us. Shit. What did I get? Come on, man. Y'all know how I walk it, brother. I walk it the same way I talk it, man. German said, I hope I'm hoping for the Undertaker to show up at one of Donald Trump's speeches with the going started with the lights. Brother, with all due respect, that's what politics has become. A fucking pro wrestling show. And just like you, what you're saying right now, Garmy, Ginger Ninja, you're talking about being entertained. What would it be like if you call into this show and tell me about, somebody's policies to make you want to vote for them? How does someone's policies affect you? Everybody want to be entertained. Everybody want to be fucking entertained. But ain't nobody got the mental stamina to go out there and study real politics and see what it's really about. That's the way you vote. You see Kamala Harris now. Everybody is so up and thronged about Kamala Harris because she's a female of color. And women, boom, everybody on the bandwagon. They don't know nothing about the policies. They just see something different. That's what the world is about, brother. You're getting played right into it. And by the mere fact of you calling into this show and saying you want to see the Undertaker at a Donald Trump shit from a wrestling show, why don't you just go look at the goddamn pro wrestling shows? Look at the old tapes of the Undertaker. That ain't gonna make nobody vote no way, one way or the other. Everybody already know who they voting for. Everybody already know. Other than people that's sitting on the fence, the independents, people like myself. People like myself, I'm sitting on the fence because I know what politics is. Hey, Queen, how you doing? I know what I'm looking at. I don't need to be entertained. I get enough entertainment from everything that's going on in this world anyway. That's what's wrong with this country. People always want to blame everybody for what's going on. How many of us are so entertained by the bullshit that you can't see the real shit? What about that? Talk to me about that. You dig? That's what Caesar said. As long as I feed them and entertain them, I will control them. That is what the world is right now. And so many people out there too dumb to see it. That's real talk. That's real talk. You know what I'm saying? Everybody want to get their high of somebody else's car wreck, train wreck. But what they doing? When you push a person in the corner and ask them about what are their beliefs as to what they're trying to do for the betterment of others, most people ain't got a goddamn thing to say. What about that? What about that? Ain't nobody got nothing to say then. That's funny. That's funny to me. Mystified in the house, y'all. Mystified just said, let me see what he's saying. Caesar also said, single unmarried men were worse than the lowest criminals known. What really killed the Roman Empire? No fault divorce. What killed the Roman Empire was jealousy. Mystified. Jealousy. It exploded from within. The same thing that happened to the Soviet Union. It exploded from within. Yes. Who killed Caesar? The very people that he thought were loyal to him. Just like Eric Bischoff and WCW. That's what happened. And when all the oligarchs of the Soviet Union start not thinking about the people and thinking about themselves and stealing all the money, bro, where the money go? The system fell from within. Now you would think that people and the structure of this country would take note. You would think they would take note to that. That is why I say the people that got the most complain the loudest. And then the little guy who ain't got shit, he's just like a dog. Because a dog is trained to do whatever you like to do. Even though it has no interest to him. Because he's a dog. His brain is small. If you like to ride on a boat, that dog gonna like to ride on a boat. If you like to go out and run, that dog's gonna run right with you. He's trained to do what you do. But it might not be to his best interest. Anybody ever thought about that? Who's that asking me? Do I think Brad Siegel and Stu Snyder cut a side deal with? You know something? That's a good question, man. I don't know, but I put it like this. I wouldn't put it past them. What was I just saying about getting your bag? Did you hear that part of what I was talking? What did I just say? By getting your bag. Because you know what I'm saying? A shark would eat his own guts, bro. You ever heard that one? A shark would eat his own guts. Mm-hmm. What's up, Mike? It's his business. So no, I wouldn't put it past him. But I got off of what I was actually alluding to. Now, like I said, when it comes to the Olympics, when did Olympic basketball become the forefront? Well, I want to ask all y'all this. Can somebody tell me this? Because I never got around this question. Wait a minute. Let me see one. That's why. This law companies at the end of the day got to donate and help the fellow man. Yeah, most definitely. That's how it should be. You're right, Marco. Marco, I want you to tell me this, man. What the fuck is Snoop Dogg doing on the Olympics? Marco, I need you to tell me something, dog. Why is Snoop Dogg, of all people, on the Olympics? Has he cut a deal with NBC? Mel, Snoop Dogg. I know that, Mel. Tell me something I don't know. But why is a person that has no athletic prowess whatsoever. What are you doing at the Olympics? Mike said, because Snoop Dogg had brand name right. Okay, that's good. But what the Olympics, remember I was just talking about a few minutes ago, entertaining the people. Somebody at NBC feels as though if we get Snoop Dogg out here, who all white folks love, all Hispanic folks love, Asian folks love, and blacks, we all love him. Let's put him out there. My boy just said, wait a minute, godson, Flavor Flav out there too? You kidding me? Hey, Mr. Fire, what? Mr. Fire, come on, bro. Come on, man. I stand by what I say. The man has, look at Snoop Dogg, man. You could tell this sucker, if it wasn't for rapping, he would have got his head beat in back in the hood a long time ago, man. Come on. Snoop Dogg act like he a tough motherfucker. Come on, man. Diversity, equity, inclusion. And you put that toward okay, I can't argue with that one. Okay, I can't argue with that one then. All right. Okay. I asked for somebody to answer. Steve Jones said he claims he stopped smoking weed. Yeah, for the Olympics. He got to get through customs. Shit. They don't want no bad press. Get out of here, man. Once a weed head, always a weed head. I know. Okay? I don't know nobody that's been smoking weed for 30, 40 years, all of a sudden stop smoking. Man, get out of here. Get out of here. Snoop Dogg. I would call Snoop Dogg a liar on that one. I would call him a liar. You know what I'm saying? Unrealistic Cliff Burton. What's going on? I would call him a liar on that, bro. Steve, I'm sorry. No, bro. You can't stop smoking weed. Weed is probably harder to stop smoking than cigarettes. Why do you think the government made all these messed up rules to put people in jail over weed? Because they know you can't. They know you can't. Unrealistic says, Olympics have had a bad press since opening ceremonies. Why you say that? Why you say that? Daniel said, no cigarettes are harder to kick than heroin. I didn't say anything about no fucking heroin. I said weed. I ain't say nothing about no heroin. I don't know. Maybe you heard me different. Say, ask Conan about getting off weed. Okay. Conan, that's one guy. Okay. We got 330 something more million people in the United States of America. That's one guy. When you get up to 10 people, holler at your boy. Because I guarantee you, I know way more people that smoke weed than you do. Through the years, also. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got nothing against weed. I'm just saying. Going back to what Steve was saying about Snoop Dogg said he stopped smoking weed. Did he stop smoking weed altogether? He's kicked the habit? Or did he stop smoking weed so he can get his visa to go work over in France? And he can get on them planes and them dogs, when them dogs over there in them European countries, and them dogs come up and do this. You better be clean. You better be clean. I can't believe some of y'all, man. I still want to know what Snoop Dogg doing over there. I'm sorry, brother. I know NBC trying to appeal to young people, this, that, and the other, man, but I don't get it. I'm not knocking it. I just don't get it. I've been watching the Olympics since I was a little bitty boy. Yes, right here in Houston, Texas. I've seen every Olympics since 1968. Every one I've watched, because I used to be a track guy myself. So I was always interested in track. I remember Jim Hines, Mexico City, 100 meters. He went to Texas Southern University, right here in Houston, Texas. $9.95. Yes. 1972. Valery Bortsov, 100 meters, 10 flat, Soviet Union. 1976, Hazley Crawford, Trinidad and Tobago. What did Hazley run? 10-1, something like that. Who would that saying they want to call in? God, just call in, man. Got some questions? People want to hear your questions, man. Call in. I got the system fixed. Tommy Smith, 200-meter champion. John Carlos, third place. I forgot the individual's name that got second place in the 200 meter, but he was from Australia. Guess what? Because he stood with John Carlos and Tommy Smith, he goes back to Australia and gets ostracized. Did you know that? Did you know that? He ain't do nothing to nobody. I still remember this. That's right, Steve. He's the white guy that got death threats. He didn't do nothing. They let him wear a little pin on his gimmick. They let him write a little pin. Because the white man stood with the black man for equality. All the way down under. They ruined his career. And he just represented his country. Yeah. 1980. United States didn't go to the Olympics. They boycotted the Soviet Union for what? Invading Afghanistan. Who won the 100 meters? I think it was Alan Wells, 10-2. Y'all see, I know my Olympic stuff, bro. See, I pay attention. I pay attention. $1984, Carl Lewis. 1988, Ben Johnson. I know y'all think Carl Lewis won, but in my book, he lost. I don't care if Ben was on the gas. Everybody in the race was on the gas. My gas better than your gas. What about that? They don't want to come out and say that. Then we get to 1992. Dream Team. And I'm supposed to accept Isaiah Thomas not being on the Dream Team? Because we got to go out here and get this paper. I'm supposed to accept that? Why didn't anybody in this country Why didn't the radio stations, the cable stations, the regular TV stations, all these sports pundits, why didn't anybody stand up for Isaiah Thomas? Went to 3 NBA finals in a row. Would have went to the Olympics in 1980 when he was still in high school. Yes, he was that good. Where yet? Where yet? Because Michael Jordan didn't like him. Get the fuck out of here, man. That's why I didn't like the Dream Team back then. I don't like it now. I think the people that should represent basketball should be the 4 teams. The 4 teams that made the Final Four in college basketball. That's me. And you take 3 players off each team. And you take the 4 coaches, anoint one of them the head coach, and the other guys are your assistant coach. And if they win, they win. If they don't, they don't. At least I have something to look forward to. And I won't have to cry. And I won't have to make excuses about they're not doing this, or they're too old, or somebody on TV saying this. Because I'm like this. And I want to see if anybody out there agrees with me. If tennis players can go get a gold medal, if basketball players can go get a gold medal, hockey players in the Winter Olympics, why can't Terrence Crawford go represent his country? Somebody tell me that. Tell me that, Steve. Tell me. Why shouldn't Terrence Crawford go get a gold medal for his country? Don't even get me started, man. Don't get me started. Jaylen Brown should have, yeah, he should have been on there. Most definitely. I don't know why he wasn't. But be that as it may, somebody's in the green room. I'm looking for him. Hold on, let me bring him up here. There he is, right there.
What's up, Stevie?
What's going on, Sonny? I sent you the info. Didn't know if you was gonna make it. Didn't know if you got it. But I was gonna tell you to come on exactly the time you came on, so it all worked out well.
I was watching Olympics.
I'm just sitting here talking about the Olympics.
Yeah, I heard you.
What do you think about what I said?
Well, look, man, there's politics and everything. That's
I know that.
That's just like you were never a world champion.
Dog.
No,
wait, hold on a second. Let me address that. It's one thing if I don't know it's politics.
Yeah, I know.
It's another thing when I do know it's politics. That's the difference in what you just said and what we're looking at on a yearly basis.
Yeah, man. I mean, you have just as much right to be put in that position as a world champion as anybody else. You know, listen, man, if Goldberg, I'm utmost respect for Bill. But if they can create Goldberg as a world champion, then because he had the look,
right?
He had the push. Look, there's nobody. Right. I mean, look, you want the physical specimen that you could have just as easily could have been a world champion.
Well, that's true if I really cared. That's true if I
Yeah,
really cared about that kind of stuff. I never cared
I
about that.
know, I understand, but
Several
I'm not
different
talking
people
about
can, several different people, you can say the same thing about. That's the
exactly,
difference.
exactly.
But by the mere fact that they chose Bill Goldberg, we have to endear to that.
No, I understand, but I'm saying it's not like there's only um, one world champ. In other words, they could have put the belt on a bunch of different people during our
That's
period that
true.
we were out there.
That's
You
true.
know, it's just a it's What I'm saying is politics.
Well, that's what I'm saying. In professional wrestling, everything is done supposedly for a reason.
Supposed to be.
And the guys that are not chosen for certain things, hey, that's what they chose. It's just like if you work on the docks and the supervisor puts a certain guy in charge of this group of guys, and he's really not. Some of the guys don't think he's the best guy for the job. That's what the supervisor chose to do, and you just got to roll with it.
No, no,
So
I understand. And we
I
all
don't look
get
at that as politics. I look at that as somebody that's in charge, doing something in their opinion that's going to be the best for the company, whether it is or not.
correct, but it's supposed to be for the best for the company, right? For the
I know
product.
that. And Bill was good for the company.
Oh
I'm
well,
not
but
saying he was good. I'm
you
not
can't
saying he
say
was
that
good
about
for the
your
business.
friend.
Huh?
You can't say that about your friend Vince Russo being a world champion.
No, that was a debacle.
What
But he was
you
in.
know?
I didn't agree with it then. I don't agree with it now. I've told him that. But at the end of the day, I can't put that. I can't take that same analogy and put it toward the best of the best representing this country. I can't do that.
Yeah, no, could one, yeah, but as you were talking about Isaiah Thomas,
Right.
and yeah, but that was all politics, you know.
I know it
Some
was. What I'm saying is anybody can see what that was, yet nobody. I was talking about the landscape of the media didn't step up and say this is wrong. The way they
certainly,
do nowadays. Everybody got an opinion nowadays on shit that don't even make sense. Everybody got an opinion on things that are so minute and makes no difference in anything. That, if you're gonna put the best of the best from the United States of America, Isaiah Thomas should have been at that time. Let me ask you this: do you know how many championships Michael Jordan had at that time
the first time he went, I don't think he had any.
when
Did
they
he?
went to the Olympics? You know how many championships he had?
No.
One.
Okay.
One.
But
And he had just came off it. His first one.
but
You know how many championships John Stockton had? 0.
Yeah, that was before. Yeah. Okay.
0. He never got one. Isaiah Thomas had just 1989, he went to the finals. 1990, they won the finals. 1991, they won the finals again. He went to 3 in a row. The next year, I don't get on the Olympic team.
Michael Jordan became a face of NBA.
I know that.
But that's why he.
What I'm talking about is right. Michael Jordan didn't even want to go to the Olympics. A lot of people don't know that. You know why? Because he won a gold medal in 1984. Yes. Out of all those guys we're talking about, Magic Johnson, Larry Bird, Michael Jordan was the only one that already had an Olympic gold medal in 1984 in LA.
Wow.
College guys.
Wow.
So I just put things in perspective. I just see it for what it really is. And I'm going to call it like it really is. It was bullshit. And they kissed Michael Jordan ass because he didn't like. You know, a lot of people trying to say now that Magic was the one that, then again, might have been Magic too. Might have been Magic too. You know what I'm saying? Because him and Isaiah was cool at one time, and then something happened between them. I don't know exactly what it was, but at the end of the day, excuse me. At the end of the day, I'm just saying when it comes to the Olympics, I don't like what I'm watching, man. I don't like it. And then they put them out there. Then they complain that they didn't play like they should play. Well, how should they play? The world has gotten, I mean, before karate, before kung fu came from the Orient, okay, and made its way around the world. Nobody knew what it was. Now you got people in countries that can do those disciplines as good as where they came from.
Well, like, judo is a perfect example. Judo been an Olympic sport. It was dominated by Japanese for a long time.
Right.
But you look at judo final. I was watching it yesterday. They're all from all country everywhere.
Right.
Especially European countries.
Right. So that's why I say when you talk about basketball, well, little kids can go to videos and imitate the guys right here as to how they play. And they might not be as athletic, but the way they teach basketball in some of these other countries are totally different than how they teach it here.
Yeah.
The curriculum is totally different.
Did you happen to watch the Japanese play France today?
No.
It took them to overtime. They should have won
The Japanese boys?
Yeah. Yeah. There are people my size playing the guard. Hey, don't be laughing.
I saw something. I don't know if I was watching ESPN or something. I seen Japan versus somebody in basketball, but I didn't read it. I think I didn't have my television up, but I just seen the scroll.
France, you know who they got? The guy from the French guy, the tall. He's a phenom.
Giannis.
Wembayama or whatever his name is.
Oh, not Giannis. Giannis, no, he's from Greek. You talking about the kid from San Antonio Spurs?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, this little bitty guy my side was shooting over him, putting threes on.
You know what? As long as you got the 3-pointer nowadays,
I know it.
You can stay in the game. You can stay in the game. It's just like when South Sudan played the United States of America. Yeah. It wasn't the fact that the Americans wasn't as good at them. Them guys kept hitting threes to keep them in the game.
Well, Japan should have beaten France and their country today in the Olympics because I think that maybe there was 4 or 5 seconds left. And they were up by 4. And the French guy came on and put down a 3 and got fouled.
Wow, that's 4 points.
Tied the game and took him to overtime in French.
Oh man,
France beat him. But I was like, this Japanese ain't gonna beat you.
Oh man, hey, but they're competing, man.
Yeah,
that's what sports is about.
Basketball is like you said, 3-pointers and basketball gotten.
What I'm saying as far as the dream team goes, if professionals are being able to play basketball, and then we're supposed to pick the best of the best, and then when you pick a team, everybody's like, well, why didn't they pick this guy? Why this guy didn't make it? Right. Matter of fact, I seen a guy on social media, and somebody posted on YouTube saying, why isn't there white players on the NBA Olympic team? Why isn't there white players? Because the best white players are not from here.
Yeah, they're from Europe. The guy from Dallas Maverick, what's his name? The guy from Dallas Maverick that went to the final.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
He's from Croatia, or I don't know where he's from.
He's from one of those. He's from one of those
Eastern European
former Yugoslavian countries that turned into 4 different countries.
Yeah.
Everybody from that region can play basketball real. I think he's from Slovenia. Maybe. I think he's from Slovenia. You're talking about Luka Doncic.
Yeah. Well, and then they had and Japanese team, they had this NBA kid that played for Lakers. That had African American Japanese cross hybrid.
Is he playing for Japan?
Yeah.
Oh, you talking about Rui Hachimura?
Yeah, man. He got kicked out of the game though.
He did?
Yeah, he did. He got ejected.
Oh man, I forgot about Rui, man. Rui can play.
Yeah.
Yeah, Rui can play.
But
Now the Chinese team, I didn't know the Japanese team, but the Japanese are getting Japanese Sonny. I think you missed out by a few years, man. Japanese people getting taller. They getting taller, Sonny.
I know. They won't pass out them pills when I was there. The girls' pills. I missed out on that government distribution thing.
Because I'm looking at that. I'm looking at some Japanese sprinters. That all Japanese, man. That's running fast, man.
But you notice though, these hybrid Japanese,
right?
The tennis player,
Naomi Osaka?
Yeah, and the basketball players. You notice. So I think Japanese government has figured this out, and I sent you that thing that they're inviting Africa. Now, mind you, when I say this now, it's a African American descent. They want them to come over to Japan and start increasing our population.
Son, there's too many people on those islands already anyway. It's already it's already like 160 million people in the size of a place that's big as Louisiana.
Japan's having a problem with population decline. So.
They just trying to get some athletes. They ain't depopulating over there.
Yeah. $75,000 to go over there stay for 3 years and marry the Japanese.
Yeah, to make a baby, and we can get some athletes so we can compete on the world stage.
Yeah, we need to compete. we need to strengthen our gene pool. Can't have
wait a minute, Alpha just said, Yao Ming could have been an all-time great had not been for injuries. He was good in both sides of the ball. Yeah, you're right about that, but you got to realize, man, Yao Ming had to play on the national team and in the United States at the same time.
Yeah, they wore that boy out.
They wore his ass out, man.
Yeah, they did.
Some guys can do it, man. Some guys, some guys can do it, man. They can play for years and never get hurt. Somebody just mentioned Steve Nash. Godson just said Steve Nash didn't deserve both MVPs. Who gives a shit? Who gives a shit about Steve Nash's MVPs? You know what I'm saying? I mean, Steve Nash was a hell of a basketball player, man.
Yeah, he was.
Who deserved him? How many times did LeBron? I don't hear nobody saying how many times LeBron James should have got MVP and they gave it to somebody else just because they don't want LeBron. Back in a few years back, LeBron James should have won MVP 5 years in a row. I don't hear nobody making that argument.
Right.
Nobody.
Listen, like I said, it is subjective, right? It's whoever's
to a certain degree, if it's close.
Yeah, but so that's what I'm saying. I mean, I used to compete,
right,
and form, and point fighting. That's subjective. It's if we didn't have a machine because basically point fighting is like a fencing, right? And
like they got in the Olympics with boxing, they got the deals now that if you hit with a point, it shows up.
It lights up
on the computer. Yeah.
But before that, it was all subject to how many times people got robbed. Today, I was watching a boxing today, two female going at it, and they were close. They were going to the third round. It was as close as it could be. And the one girl, I can't remember where she was from, but she stepped on another girl's foot and threw left, right, but never touched her. Both punch missed. She took a bump. Referee called it a knockdown. And that made it, other girl won.
Wow.
I mean,
Wait a minute.
clearly they showed it on the film and stuff,
Right.
but apparently there's no
Sonny,
protest and there's no, you know.
in boxing, you see that all the time, though.
Oh
Everything
yeah.
happens so damn fast. You know.
Especially what's really bad is if you go to, like, you know, I used to go to AAU, you know, kickboxing,
Right.
AAU boxing. Man, it's so subjective, and you go,
I know it.
what are they looking at?
Right. I
You
don't
know,
know.
unless there's like a clear knockdown,
Right.
you know.
Especially
So,
now, especially back in the day, the guys didn't have to wear the headgear. Nowadays they do,
yeah.
and that's different. But Alpha Omega, no, Jimmy, Mr. Ginger Ninja just said, Mr. Stevie Ray and Sonny Ono, regarding mental health in wrestling, how did you both stay strong mentally? You want to answer that first, Sonny?
Well, you know, I think in general, um, I think Stevie Ray, although him and his brother came as wrestling, but I think he has already had a lot of business experience. Stevie talks about how he started out being a bouncer, and worked on the club. So you can't get much more street smart than Stevie Ray was before.
Oh, we lost Sonny, y'all. I don't know if we lost him. Well, now we got a full signal over here, so I don't know what happened. Hopefully he'll come back. Maybe he cut himself off because I'm coming in loud and clear. Well, I'll answer my side. I'll answer my side. And who was that? Mel saying he can't hear the caller. Mel, you're gonna. You guys are looking at me on my phone on Instagram. Like I told you earlier, you got to go to. I don't have the Instagram through the system. Everybody that's looking at the show through the system, they can see Sonny Ono right now. You guys are just looking at me on my phone. I don't have the Instagram hooked up to the system yet. So I was just, before Sonny came on, I was just talking individually. So you have to go to Stevie Ray TV on YouTube or Stevie Ray TV on Twitch if you want to see the show live. Okay? That's anybody out there that's watching on Instagram. I forgot to turn my Instagram feed off when Sonny finally chimed in. But I'll answer that. Let me see who was that. Who was that? Sonny is back.
Sorry about that. But to continue,
Okay. Go ahead.
What happened, I think, far as I think we were in a better place to deal with it because we had a life before. Some of these guys who had a lot of trouble adjusting to was, you know, all of a sudden you're making more money than you ever made in your life.
Mm-hmm.
You see all these people, you know, you're getting all this attention. People treat you different because you're on television.
Right.
And all those things, if you're not used to it, or you know, if you don't have experience to it, I can see how. And you saw, you know, some of the guy who had some of the drug use and alcohol abuse, you know, add to the mental illness that you can come from it.
Right.
And you and I know, not mention any names, but some of the people couldn't deal with when all that was taken away. All of a
Right.
sudden, you know, one day, you know, you hang around with Hulk Hogan,
Mm-hmm.
and next day, you know, somebody's telling you, says, "Hey, we're letting you go,"
Right.
and you got, you know,
Yeah. You're back
you
in
know,
Palookaville.
yeah. Well, you know, you were a gym rat, and you might have been bouncing at the club,
Right.
and all of a sudden, they weren't prepared for, you know, everything going away like that.
Right.
I think that took some people really hard. But I think one of the hardest thing was that, and I'm going to tell you this because Stevie Ray, I have never seen Stevie Ray or Ernest Miller, two of my friends, dear friends, never abuse drugs or alcohol. Um, um, I just, I mean, yeah, we had drinks and we'll, we went out and had fun. Man, Stevie Ray was always watching people's back. He was. I mean, you were. You
Right.
um, and and certainly when you get old as I am, you just say, hey, nothing good can come out of this deal. Let's get the hell out of here. You know,
Right.
you know,
Well,
and
well,
and I think that's one of the things we were lucky because we had experience before.
well, when the Ginger Ninja, that's who just asked that.
Yeah.
When you talk about mental health, I think Sonny is putting it in one aspect that you see a whole lot. But I think in the other aspect, it's just dealing with professional wrestling in general. Now, that doesn't mean you're going to turn into a junkie or an alcoholic. Just dealing with the trials and tribulations and the day-to-day grind of being a professional wrestler. That is why I've told people so many times, if you don't love it, it will eat you alive.
Yeah.
You got to love it to do it. And this is another thing, Ginger Ninja. It's still the entertainment business. You hear so many horror stories as it pertains to the entertainment business. The entertainment business is it's like a hurricane, brother. That if you step in, it's gonna be hell when you're trying to step out. So, like Sonny was saying, so many of these guys get into this and they're young guys. And even if they're not really young guys, they can be mid-20s, late 20s, early 30s. They really never. Hey, Sonny, what's that noise, man?
My
Is that
dog.
me?
I don't hear
No,
anything.
I can hear reverb from when I'm talking.
No, that's not me. I don't hear it.
I hear it in my earphones.
I don't hear it.
But anyway, when some people just can't deal with the entertainment business, Ginger Ninja, it's tough. And how we stay strong, I can't speak for Sonny, but I can speak for myself. I would always tell people I never brought my job home with me. Once you get into the only thing that you think about, talk about, and be about, it's what you do for a living. That's a one-way ticket to nowhere. Because that becomes your whole life. I was never going to let professional wrestling become my life. So I always looked at it like a job. A job that I just happen to do in front of thousands of people, millions of people on television. But I never brought that home with me. I'm a spiritual person. And if you don't believe in your heart that you can go out and do what you do, be good at it, influence people, uplift people, take it and make something good out of it instead of just being a selfish person, looking for the money and trying to be Mr. Somebody. I never cared about that. Because you know something? I was Mr. Somebody before I ever got into business.
Yeah.
In my mind. Hope that answered your question. But anyway, Sonny.
No, you're right on that. I mean, like I said, you had life before. You were already in business. I think even today, You know, I was working. I was talking to. We're doing a show October 26th. I'm bringing in Dragon and Tajiri for state of Minnesota actually.
Mm-hmm.
And he was telling me about, well, I got a vendor calling me. I said, listen, just so you understand, you know, some vendors are exactly that. They're a fan that wants to, you know, somehow get in, and just because they pay you,
Mm-hmm.
you know, they can rub elbow with you and go have dinner with you.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's part of their thing. You know that, and but they confuse that as like all of a sudden they think, you know, they're your friends, or you know, they can talk to you certain ways. No, we do business,
Right.
but if you don't do business right, I don't know you. You know,
Mm-hmm.
you're not my friend.
Mm-hmm.
No, they forget that. And
Right.
um, like I said, I was talking to Attorney General's office today, and I said, just be careful, you know, because at the end of the day, it's their event, and they're, you know, you're representing the state of Minnesota.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like doing a show for, you know, some event, and you know, some event center and Tupelo, Mississippi. You know what I mean?
Right. Right.
So you have to remember, and they do business. You know, there's
Mm-hmm.
contracts and stuff that you got to abide by and agree to, and certainly a lot of wrestlers
Power
don't,
on.
don't do that,
Bluetooth
but they're not
powered
used
on.
to it.
Mm-hmm.
Bluetooth connected.
Certainly a vendor doesn't, you know,
Right.
they don't have a clue.
Hmm. Well, those were a few things that I had to get off my shoulders, man. I had to get the Olympic stuff off my shoulders. I had to get the Snoop Dogg thing off my shoulders. I don't even know how I got on some of the other stuff I started talking about. Hulk Hogan. You know, I don't know how I got. Somebody asked me about Hulk Hogan,
Well,
but I just
when he was on a Trump show,
yeah, and we talked about that for a minute. That's before you came on,
yeah,
and I just had to, you know, I just had to tell you know, Sonny,
yeah,
I see things for what they are, and Hulk Hogan is no different than anybody else.
absolutely.
If going to the Republican National Convention and saying that Donald Trump almost got assassinated, of which I believe it was staged like everything else. That's just me. Yeah, I go on record to say it. First shot is always your best shot. You got to remember, I used to own my own security company, and I've done a lot of shooting at the range. First shot, always your best shot. And Secret Service people do not let people do a grandstand at the most inopportune time. But that's just me. Believe what you want, you know.
Well, there's a lot of things that you can question about what happened, but what they're saying now is that there was a ballistic expert. You know, they're not talking about a lot of that stuff.
A what? Ballistic?
Yeah, ballistic expert said that if he was shot, glazed in the ear by a bullet, it won't be a little bitty blood, and you know.
I already know that.
He
I done
said
seen a man get shot before.
he said likely, and because other Secret Service people also, the bullet hit something, maybe a glass or something, and
But what
shrapnel attack.
glass?
He got a little bit of the shrapnel in
Wait
it.
a minute. What glass? There was no glass anywhere around
Well,
there.
well, I'm not saying it's glass, but they hit something in that.
No. I know that's the narrative that they're trying to paint
Yeah.
for people that don't get it. I ain't buying it. Glass,
You think he
glass
went
got to
down?
come. Shrapnel, glass, whatever, has to be something near you. It's nothing near you.
Well, let me say this. The first thing I said when I saw it was, you know, because okay, it was like if you were gonna have him, if it was a wrestling match, right? He
Right?
said, okay, take a bump, go ahead and do the gig on the ear,
Right?
come back up, look at the hard camera,
Mm-hmm.
and do and they all the Secret Service holding him, and they go, he says fight, and I'm going like, wow, he's looking right at the hard camera. That's what I said, because now mind you, this is wrestlers, knowing people who's in a business perspective, and I'm going, man, he went down and gigged himself. That's what I said. And it's
You know
not
what?
just
I'm gonna tell you something, Sonny. You wasn't. I don't know if you remember this. You might not. We were in Disney.
yeah.
And me and my brother was having a match against a couple of the guys from Florida. You know how we used to do the enhancement matches and stuff like that.
Right.
And I can't remember this brother's name. He was a real cool guy, though. Local wrestler in that area. Some kind of way, his head hit my right ear. Cut my ear. Right at the tip, at the top. Okay? I didn't even know. I just felt his head hit my head.
Right.
We continued the match. I'm bleeding like a hog.
Of course, we couldn't bleed on a show.
I'm bleeding like a hog. We finished the match and everything. And do you remember Doc?
Yeah.
Yeah. Remember he left and went to he got a job with either the Falcons or the Hawks.
One of the Turner baseball team or
and the first thing he did was run up to me after we finished the match and start putting some, gauze and stuff on my ear.
Yeah.
And he was like, so they sent me to the hospital because he's like, man, I don't think you're gonna need stitches. We go to the hospital, first thing the doctor said, you need stitches. But what I'm saying is that little bitty cut on my ear, because they never showed the match.
Yeah, because you bled. That's why.
Right, because this is Disney. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And they never showed the match. I'm bleeding like a stuck Irish pig, bro. I'm serious. That little bitty. So you telling me, like you say, and as soon as it happened, I'm bleeding. It wasn't after I went down and came back up.
I know.
You know what I'm saying? It did the Ric Flair gimmick, you know what I'm saying? You see him get hit with the chair, then he goes down, and come back. Oh my God, he's a crimson mass. I was a real crimson mass. Crimson. So that's the first thing I thought about when I saw that. And you got the little thing here, and something here. No, brother. When your adrenaline is pumping, you know this. That's why it's hard. That's why it's hard. You see a boxer or kickboxing or whatever. You see a gash anywhere in here. That's why they can't. So hard to stop the bleeding because of your adrenaline.
Pumping.
It's pumping. And when you scared, I don't know if anybody ever been scared before. I mean, just scared. When you scared, it's hard for your heart rate to go back down. It's hard, man. So I'm sorry, anybody out there. I think that was a staged event because if somebody really tried to be assassinated, we still be talking about it to this day.
And he wasn't that far. I mean, so if you were going to shoot somebody, that's all you would go.
I got an automatic weapon, Sonny. If I can shoot 8 times within a few seconds, Sonny, every shot going toward you, Sonny.
Right.
Secret Service, I'm just shooting them in the back, whatever.
Right.
How do I shoot you at the podium and then shoot another guy back at the end of the bleachers?
I know.
I mean, boom, and then I turn, boom. I mean, how do I go from an assassination attempt to a mass shooter all in one?
Yeah.
That's just me, ladies and gentlemen. I think it was staged. I think they got a heads up on Joe Biden was going to get out of the race, so they wanted to really put the real put the real, twist the real knife into the deal, brother. That's what I think. And
well, they're doing the research right now of the shooter having a foreign bank account in 2 different countries.
I saw that.
Now, that have to make me go, what?
Brother. Only thing I know is this. When it comes to assassinations, I'm just being honest with y'all, bro. When it comes to assassinations, America don't miss.
Wow.
I'm just being honest.
When
America, what's up, Michael? America don't miss. Because if the first one don't get you, the second one will.
Well, they want to use
America, any assassinations, whether it's on domestic or foreign, the United States of America, if they want you dead, you're dead. I'm sorry. I mean, I'll probably get regulated on my YouTube channel. I don't know, and I really don't care. But I know this. When they want you dead, you're dead. I don't care what kind of security you got, bro. And it ain't going to be some 20-year-old kid that supposedly had a ladder from Home Depot that drove in. Nobody seen him with the ladder and put it on the back of a building and climbed up, and people seen him an hour before and don't nobody say nothing. Brother, this straight out of New Jack City. No way.
Yeah, they said hour before people had seen him on the roof.
Right.
And he had
they before he got on the roof. Before. Okay, how you get a car with a ladder? Well, first they said he got a ladder from Home Depot. Man, this story have been all over the place, man. It's crazy. And then they said a police officer confronted him while he was on the building. Then he turned the gun on the police officer, and then the police officer
took a bump backward. Took a bump backward. Then he turned around and took a shot at Trump.
Oh my God, man! I'm sorry, brother. Now pro wrestling,
but listen, Stevie Ray, let me ask
Bischoff must have put that one together. Say what?
Don't blame it on Eric.
I think Eric might have had something to do with that one.
No, that's more like.
What about Hogan?
That look like more like Vince Russo.
That sounds like one of Hogan's when he tried to do the fire and the fire didn't come out.
No, but listen, if you're a police officer, right?
Right.
You're armed. You have guns.
Okay.
And you see a dude with a gun on the roof.
You already have your gun out.
Won't you?
You're going to already have your gun out.
Do you not have a gun already pointed at the...
That's what I'm saying. You're going to climb up there like, let me go up here and see what's going on up on this building.
Sir, what are you doing up here? What is that? What is that rifle you're carrying?
Yeah. With a
scope. And the guy turned around and pointed a gun at the cop and he took a bump backward?
Yeah. But
he never got a shot off?
I guess so, brother. I mean,
Barney Fife at least got one off because he only got one bullet.
Yeah, the shakiest gun in the West.
I don't get it. How? I want to, but listen, this happened, so many days ago. Nobody's talking about.
That's my point.
What really happened?
That's my point, brother. I mean, it's getting no credence whatsoever. But I'm just saying.
Why are they not interviewing that cop? Won't you be the first person? You'd be like interviewing that cop.
That's the thing. So many people that's attached to this hasn't come forward.
No. So Officer Hoffman, let me ask you this. So you saw the assailant up on the roof.
Yes.
And did you have your service?
No, I couldn't. I couldn't climb the ladder with my gun in my hand, sir.
Well, before
that's for my training. That's for my extensive 5-month training.
Well, before you questioned or got his attention.
Mm-hmm.
Because clearly he didn't have the rifle pointed at you until you got his attention.
Well, when I observed the situation,
Yes.
when I observed the situation, I did not know. I could see that this was a young man, and I did not know if the rifle was a play gun or not. And I didn't want to do like the police officer when he killed Tamir Rice. So I called to him and said, "Excuse me, sir. Can you please tell me if that's a play?" Oh shit! Let me get down. So that's what happened, Mr. Ono.
Then you
That's
took
what
a
happened.
backward.
Huh?
You took a. Now I understand your statement is that you took a safety bump backward. Got on
Yes.
the ground and rolled off the roof.
Yes. That's what in my 5.2 months of training. That is what we go through. And I relied on my intellect and training, not my emotions.
But you never fired your service weapon.
No, it was on safety. I left it on safety by mistake. If I hadn't left it on safety, that's my only regret. I could have stopped that assassination attempt.
Wow. Well, thank you, Officer Hoffman.
You're very welcome.
You'll go down in history.
As a matter of fact, why am I giving this interview anyway? Matter of fact, I want to stay anonymous.
Man, just messed up. Something's not right here.
Something ain't right, bro. Something's not right. Because you remember after 9/11, they supposedly had scrambled a couple of jets to Flight 93. And those two pilots said if they had encountered Flight 93, they would have had to shoot that plane down.
Yeah.
So what's the difference between that and the dude you talking about?
Yeah, I don't.
What's the difference?
Yeah, I don't get it. I don't know.
I don't think this was, first of all, brother, I've seen violence. I've seen real violence, and I'm going to tell you the truth. Somebody just almost killed you. You ain't going to be giving no fist. You ain't going to be doing the John Carlos. You dig?
Yeah.
You ain't doing the John Carlos, bro, and the Tommy Smith. You going to be like, get me the hell up out of here right now. Leave my shoes. Forget those shoes. Let's go. Get me out of here. That's what you're going to be doing, Sonny.
I know it. You're not going to be coming up.
Let me have my shoes. Man, forget them penny loafers, man. Let's go. First of all, Sonny.
He doesn't know if the assassin been taken out.
That's my point. It ain't you don't know. It's the people that's protecting you don't know.
Right. They don't know. Nobody knows. You should be,
like I said,
on the ground, rolling out. You don't come out and make yourself a bigger target.
The thing is, it could have been several snipers.
Correct.
Sonny, it could have been several snipers.
Yeah.
Okay, we got the one. Like I said, history tells us that JFK was killed by Lee Harvey Oswald. Right?
But they're talking about they think the killing shot came from the grassy knoll.
But the people that have really studied the JFK assassination, and I'm into this kind of stuff, brother. I've been studying this stuff for years.
The bullet came from wrong direction.
Do you know how many shooters that the experts that really have studied this, they say it was 5 different shooters.
Wow.
5 different shooters. When Robert Kennedy got killed, Sirhan was in front of Robert Kennedy. He had a gun that shot 8 bullets. All the bullets was accounted for, but there were still 2 or 3 other bullets.
Wow.
Bullet holes. So Robert Kennedy was shot. He was hit right here behind the ear.
Right.
How does a man that's in front of you shoot you behind your ear, Sonny?
Don't know.
Because the gun was so close to him that he got the powder burns on his cranium.
Oh, wow.
His own son comes out and say that right now. I'm going to say it once, and I'm going to say it for the last time, ladies and gentlemen. Last one I'm going to go to is Martin Luther King, who they said James Earl Ray climbed in a bathtub, has no history of shooting a gun, no history of violence, and waited for Martin Luther King to come out on his balcony, even though his room was changed by someone and anybody in his circle never changed the room.
Wow. You know,
his personal bodyguard that the Memphis police always assigns him to told him a couple of hours or an hour before that, the FBI came and told him somebody's trying to assassinate you. We want you to go home.
wow.
Okay. After all of that, the man gets shot from a window. And they said James Earl Ray did it, but they said they bring it down to a marksman that works with the Memphis Police Department, and he had backup that was with the federal FBI just in case he missed. I'm gonna end it with this, and that was proven in court for anybody that wants to go look it up. And you know who one of the people that was on the court that listened to this case? Judge Joe Brown, because he's from Memphis. Ray Dog does not lie. I'm telling you what I know. At the end of the day, when America wants to get you, they're going to get you. And I don't care who you are. At the end of the day, that is why I say what I say. But anyway, Sonny, any parting words?
Stevie Ray, I don't want, I want you to still be here tomorrow.
Power on. Bluetooth pairing. Bluetooth connected.
Sonny, I can't help it.
All right.
Pro wrestling, brother. History books say one thing, but when you really look at everything, it's totally different, bro. Totally different. Do you know Lee Harvey Oswald, his people that worked with him when he was in the Marines said he was the worst shot in the whole barracks. But guess what he did have that people don't know? The highest IQ.
Wow.
The man spoke fluent Russian. I didn't say he spoke a second language. Fluent Russian. That's like me taking Japanese and I can speak it just as good as you, Sonny.
Yeah, sounds not. Yeah, unfortunately, we'll never know.
But we know it'll just never be documented for us to know.
Right. Correct.
People wake up. I'm like this, Sonny. If somebody shoot at me and hit me in my ear, Sonny, you ain't gonna see me for a year. I'm going to Costa Rica. Okay? I'm going to Costa Rica. I ain't calling you. Don't try to even call me, Sonny, because I ain't answering the phone.
No,
because they might try to get me through you.
You got to go to Thailand.
Oh man, anybody get caught over there in Thailand? I'm going somewhere where ain't nobody gonna see me, bro. No extradition. I ain't coming back.
Costa Rica might be safe for you because there's a lot more people that look like you over there. Thailand, they'll say, "Hey, we're looking for 6'4" black man," and they say, "Oh yeah, he's right over there."
Brother. I'm going deep underground, man. You ain't gay. You think I'm gonna be out 2 days later making a speech? See, you kidding me?
This is the same thing I tell people. If we were to Japan together, and I would say to you, I say, hey, pay attention to me because we all look alike over here. You're gonna lose me on the train because you're gonna see the back of my head and everybody's back of their head look like mine. So you need to pay attention.
Hey, I'm no fool, brother. I know what the real deal is, brother. When they want you, Sonny,
There's no escaping.
Sonny, bruh, I can't emphasize it enough. But at the end of the day,
Yes.
at the end of the day, brother,
Yes.
hey, brother, when they want you, they want you. Everybody out there, no black bombers around here. Black bomber has died. They're dead. They're dead and gone.
I heard they want to resurrect that gimmick.
Well, I'm down, man. But Sonny, another good show, brother. I think we had some good conversation tonight, man. We make a lot of things funny, but at the end of the day, baby, you better take them serious. What you say, Sonny?
No, I appreciate having me, and you know, I'm sure Ernest told you about a couple of things he's got going on.
Yeah,
that'd be fun to tell. I hope we can put it together.
Yeah, well, yeah. So we'll sit back and wait and see, because I think it'll be funny. We're all pretty good at it.
I know it. Well, we crack each other up anyway. So.
Right. So we just do it for real.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen. Hope everybody enjoyed the show. Next week we'll be back with Three the Hard Way, and we're going to be pretty much evaluating the WWE pay-per-view this weekend. That's what we'll be doing, so you don't want to miss that. For my man Sonny Ono, I'm Stevie Ray. This is Tokyo Heat. And if you don't do nothing else, you be one. Peace.
Talk to you later.
See you, Sonny. All right.